Bizarre Brain Comics. Hello, my comic book friends, and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I am Gary, your host. And this is where I like to take a look at some older comics, talk a little bit about the characters and creators, and examine the stories and the art. This time we're going to take a look at Wonder Woman 117. This is volume 2. This is after George Perez did the post-crisis reboot. And this is in the 3 years from 95 to 98 when John Byrne was writing and drawing Wonder Woman. And of course, John Byrne is a well-known and popular comic artist and a favorite of my friend Dean. So he should get a kick out of this one. And of course, John Byrne started in the 1970s at Charlton Comics. And then doing some stuff at Marvel, like Iron Fist, and then looked to the X-Men, created Alpha Flight, etc. And of course, he was the force behind the Superman reboot post-crisis. And he did some stuff with Submariner, etc. Anyway, he did this. I wanted to try it. He did this cover illustration. And this is from 1997, and I want to point out some stuff here that this is kind of early. Of course, first of all, it did the computer coloring on this cover, and I think so. This is fairly early for that, and early computer color. I think it's also computer coloring in the on the interior art. But also notice the background, the cityscape here is all computer generated, and it uses that in a few panels inside as well. And this is kind of looking forward to when John Byrne did some Star Trek books just a few years ago that were computer generated backgrounds interspersed with photos of the actors and as well as some of the backgrounds from the shows for completely original stories. And I forgot to mention before we get farther. My book available, Bizarre Brain Comics Anthology, available on Amazon. Some adventures, stories, humor, and some gags still available. I'm currently working on my second volume. Hope to have it out in December or early January. Right now, I like working on the title stuff. This one is going to be more mainstream type stuff, superhero stories and the like. So I hope when that's available, you will check that one out. Now, in Wonder Woman, John Byrne doing Wonder Woman for 3 years, and he's a well-known writer of varying quality. He has his own creator-owned characters. The Newman, I think it was. Anyway, he's also a novelist. He wrote a paperback book back in the 80s, I think, a horror book, anthology horror stories called John Byrne's Fear Book. And in 1997, same year that this comic book came out, this came out. Wonder Woman novel by John Byrne, Gods and Goddesses. I really like this book, yet I have not finished it. I have to. I bought it when it was new. I get about halfway through it, and I get distracted with something else, so I got to go back. And I really like it because it's Gods and Goddesses. It's all that stuff with this cover illustration by Joe DeVito. Cover painting, and of course, and it's representing Wonder Woman as he did here, as in the manner that John Byrne wrote. One thing I liked about I only got a few of these back when they were coming out, and I liked his Wonder Woman work, but I wasn't following them closely. One thing I liked was that he made the bracers longer than just the little bracelets that she'd previously always had. I liked the longer ones. This might be a little bit too long, but still, I like them a little longer. And John Byrne also has, if it's the same John Byrne, because I was looking this stuff up, this book here, I was looking it up online, and you can get it for hardback for about $10. But the paperback version, which I've never seen, is going for like $35. And his Fear book is John Byrne's Fear book is between $200 and $300. I only saw that once, maybe twice, when it first came out, and I haven't seen it since anywhere, other than for sale online. So I don't think it sold too many off initially, and then it has the collectible factor to it now. Okay, so. And he was doing a storyline. She moved to Gateway City and operating out of there. Made some new friends, Helena Sandsmark and her daughter, Cassie, who later became the new Wonder Girl. Has a cop friend, I think his name was Mike Ryan or Mike Flynn, something like that. I forgot his name, who is falling in love with her, but it's unrequited. She's just a friend to him. Friend zoned by Wonder Woman. Wow. And another superhero character that I've only seen in these pages, which was the Champion, and as a secondary character. Now, and here we go. This is right in the middle of the story. This is when Independence Day first came out. Right in the middle of a storyline, in the city of Lansenar in Antarctica, which is under the ice. It's a city been there for many thousands of years. They've gone down there, and she's currently frozen. She and Champion are currently frozen. And here's some friends of the DC character Cave Carson, and he's also in here. But these are associates of his. And then the main big bads, if you want to call them that, were these animal-headed beings who speak ancient Egyptian, like this falcon-headed woman here. And that's what they're talking about. Oh, she's speaking this stuff. And you see this bizarre-looking city. It looks kind of similar to architecture of Krypton as drawn by John Byrne too. And while elsewhere, they think Cave Carson is going to get help. Well, he was slightly injured. And it shows him going through here and being snatched by the people of this city of Lansenar. And they're planning on doing stuff that will move Antarctica back to a position where it had been 40,000 years ago. Of course, 40,000 years ago, it was still down there in Antarctica in reality. But, we're talking comics. They're released from the ice by the Lansenarians, and then the animal-headed people who are obviously in charge. Now, these people, well, we'll get to that. Champion, he gets kind of robust there, but gets laid low, and then Wonder Woman's that have these gizmos that they're are cherished by them for their function, what they're going to do with them, and she kind of holds them hostage. And then they talk, and they give the background of Lansenar had been the entire Antarctic continent had been farther north. Nice weather, advanced city, Atlantis-esque here. But then something happened. The whole thing slid down into its current position, and being swept and inundated by snow and ice. And they managed to create a habitat under the ice to preserve their city, and they go elsewhere after years, because these animal-headed beings are virtually immortal. They go to elsewhere, find Egypt, get people that they can use to help them do whatever they need to do to help preserve their city. And but these are prehistoric Egyptians, and they represent the animal-headed gods of the Egyptians, and they're there for thousands of years, helping them construct their magnificent architecture, some real nice artwork, some backgrounds here with this Egyptian scene, and then down here with the Roman soldier and stuff. That's some really nice stuff, and has some really great work on his backgrounds. Making the imaginary stuff look very, very realistic. And so they're kind of laid low, conflict with the Romans, and then they have conflict with the Greek gods. So they don't like. That's why they have conflict with Wonder Woman, because she was speaking Greek, but here they have conflict with the Greek gods, and then Cave Carson shows up, and he's made friends, and he says these Lancenarian people, they don't want things to change. They like they've been there for thousands of years. They've gone completely blind. As you can see here, they don't even have eye sockets, eyes, and it's just these animal-headed people who want us. But this is what we spent our whole lives, and while we were in this imprisoned in slumber for thousands of years, our only hope was to get these. To save our cities, but they don't want to be saved. You're saving them from nothing, and so they kind of make friends. These people are great people with gizmos. They rebuild the mole machine from Cave Carson's wreckage. They learn how to make a new one, and they have this marvelous. This is where Wonder Woman first gets at least in this iteration, gets the invisible plane. And they give that to her, and they get to leave peaceably. Wonder Woman takes everybody home, sees Mike, takes and etc. And then this is where she really friend zones him, and he's not happy about that. But then here you can see where she takes off on her own steam, and if you can look closely, you can see here's another computer-generated cityscape behind him. And then while Mike is brooding, he's walking through town, he kicks the cat, meow, and then I'm sorry, kitty, and he goes to apologize to the kitty when suddenly Cheetah appears. Cheetah, yes. So that's leading into the next story of Claws, Part 1. And it's a lot of fun. I kind of like to have had some of the others, but I don't have it's probably available in reprint. And but I like Wonder Woman. I like John Byrne. I like his iteration of Wonder Woman. Probably not as good as George Perez's was, but I do like it, and it's a heck of a lot better than the Wonder Woman stuff under. Even though I really like his work, Kanigher. Suddenly I've forgotten his first name. When he was writing for all through the 50s and the early 60s, after Moulton died. Okay, so that is all I've got for you this time with Wonder Woman 117 from DC Comics and John Byrne. Please like, share, and subscribe, and order my book. And do leave a comment. Which version of Wonder Woman do you like best throughout the years? Did you like John Byrne's version? Do you like his artwork on here? Some people just don't like John Byrne's art. I don't know why. And have you seen or read or own this Wonder Woman novel as well? Let me know in the comments below. And remember, comics are art.